Later, the neighbor's wife visits to apologize for her husband's behavior, pressed to find that Young Woo is actually an autistic genius. In leaving, her dad instructs her not to talk about whales in the office. While Young at her workplace, Hanbada law firm, she meets a man named Jun Ho. After Young Woo briefly introduces herself, attorney Jung takes her application to see a deal to give Young Woo a chance. According to the deal, Young Woo will be a lady in her 70s, Miss Choi, who has hurt her husband, Mr. Park, flirting with a delivery man, and in frustration, she aimed an iron at his head. Jung takes Young Woo to meet with Miss Choi, who is taken aback by Young Woo's father of having an affair with his wife. Later, Young Woo starts. The couple has been living off the pension, and the house is actually in Mr. Park's. Attorney Jung is impressed with Young Woo's critical thinking and apologizes for the employee. Young Woo learns that Jun Ho is the one who has to accompany her. Suffered a subdural hematoma, typically caused by external injury. Girl who recited the laws to him 22 years ago. Mr. Park feels thrown. After their messy ordeal at the hospital, Young Woo and Jun Ho return to a trial day, and Young Woo looks around the courtroom before settling in. And dad among the attendees. She gathers some courage and starts representing word. During their questioning, the prosecution is much harsher on Miss Choi, but the prosecutor makes it clear that he isn't backing down. Attorney Park appears in the courtroom. Seeing him, Young Woo gets nervous. As the man is Park, Young Woo agrees, and when she approaches Mr. Park, as expected, Young Woo starts her statement. But there's a problem. Mr. Park ducked while the iron was hot. Yow! Following Mr. Park had a headache even before he was hit by the iron. This diagnosed Mr. Park. With all the facts presented to him, the doctor avenged Choi, and the trial concludes. A few days later, Jun Ho just then, Miss Choi arrives at the place and expresses her gratitude to the bride's father takes his small PP energy and sues the hotel, which newlywed couple. Things halt when the bride stops to glare at the crowd for a while. Tattoo on her back is exposed. Here, we get to know that the groom's family is CEO Han and attorney Jung. He wants to sue the hotel venue's family. Although the hotel has already offered to give a full refund for the wedding, attorney Jung goes over the case and claims how difficult their next task. Undercover, Soo Yeon and Jun Ho will pretend to be a couple and visit with the bride, Hwa Young. At her parents' house, she reveals that the hotel staff used pins to tighten it. Additionally, Young Woo noted the latter struggles to come up with an answer. Next, the attorneys meet the groom. Hwa Young has also been seeing a psychiatrist following the wedding incident. Can find something suspicious and use it against the hotel in their ongoing toilet and asks Young Woo to go in her place. As a result, Young Woo re-enter of the wedding business. Later, they sit on the hotel sofa and pretend to be satisfied with Young Woo's choice of dress. But the latter is adamant about trying out how another employee was fired following the dress mishap. She immediately calls, but she isn't willing to give away the information so quickly. After a while, however, they don't find anything suspicious with the dress. The only sus thing and his team sit with the judge and Daehyun Hotel's legal team. It's clear that and again plead for the fired employee's contact information, this time, and testify in court. On the first day of the trial, Ji hired employee Lisa on the morning of the wedding. With time running out, the team this puts the hotel at fault. But it's not a win yet for Team Hanbada. Waggle, where she confesses her relief at the outcome of the ceremony, apparently shocked to hear this side of the story, and later convince Hwa Young to tell the wedding gift. In this way, the marriage was more of a business deal than a relation with the wedding due to the hotel's negligence. The hotel should compensate for the loss. Hear the news, but Hwa Young doesn't want the compensation and vainly tries as a wedding gift. This revelation becomes a win for Team Hanbada, but the attorneys are left in utter disbelief. A flashback, then losing the 3.2 billion won they were about to get. Back in the courtroom, she reveals that she's Buddhist, not a Christian. Neither is she straight. Images of her and her girlfriend. This girlfriend also attended her wedding, and that's why her father has a mini heart attack. Good. After the case concludes, distraught for Young Woo, but she is in a hurry to go home. When Young Woo arrives, she admits to her dad that she probably won't be able to get married because of her autism. In other words, even with my handicap, I got a better shot than you do, you